Jesus, a model of prayerful living, is a series that Forge Vessels Network is running. So this series, Jesus, a model of prayerful living, we are anchoring it for several key reasons tailored to connect with Gen Z and young believers while deepening spiritual formation and maturity. So the first reason is to build a generation of people, young people especially, rooted in prayer. So prayer isn't just a ritual, it's a foundation in Jesus' life and ministry. So Forge Vessels Network, we want young people to experience prayer as a lifestyle, not just Sunday activity or a crisis escape mode. Also, we want Gen Z to always fall back to Jesus as a template, because we found out that Gen Z, they always face distraction, they face peer pressure, they face social comparison. So teaching this rhythm of prayer helps anchor identity and focus in Jesus Christ, our pattern man. So the second reason why we are running this prayer teaching is to model spiritual practices through Jesus Christ. So as I said in the first point, so this series highlights Jesus Christ, how he prayed, both in solitude, both persistently, how he interceded, how he prayed into surrender, and how he gave thanks in prayer. So we don't want Gen Zs and young believers to see Jesus as a distant figure, but as a relatable guy, not as a historical personality, but somebody whom they can fellowship with in gaining spiritual insight. So we want to show that prayer is accessible and transformational through Jesus Christ. Now, 3, to equip young believers for challenges, because we are living in challenging times. Everybody is facing one challenge or another. So especially for young believers, so from decision making to temptation to emotional struggles to injustice to financial crisis, prayer is presented in this teaching as a tool for real life challenges. Prayer is not presented as a ritual or as a theory, a theoretical aspect where we are just taught some basic things. No, we present prayer here as a tool for real life challenges. Now this aligns with Gen Z's desire for practical spirituality. So we as Gen Zs, we need something that is practical. We are tired of hearing words that have no life. We want something that is tangible, something that is palpable. We want faith that works in school, in relationship, at our workplace, in our social life, when we are at home, when we travel. We want something that is practicable. So that is why this series is inspired. Number 4, to foster a prayerful and united community. Yes, absolutely. This one is very important. So the series doesn't just teach private prayer, it emphasizes community prayer and intercession, especially we as Gen Zs, that we are now doing church at home, church in the house, just me and my screen on Sunday. No. We will not get the fullness of prayer. We will not get the full import of the benefit of prayer. So Forge Vessels Network wants to create a culture where prayer shapes identity, relationship, and collective impact, reflecting Acts chapter 2, verse 42, where the Bible says, and they continued in prayer and in steadfastness and in the breaking of bread. You understand? So prayer is also communal, where you belong to a local church, a local assembly, where you are known, where your crises are felt, where people can relate to you directly. That is why we are holding this series. So number 5 is the final one. It is to inspire spiritual confidence and legacy. So members are often encouraged, yes, to pray boldly. Young believers are encouraged to pray persistently, especially where we are in a culture where they mock prayer. People say all manner of things against prayer. You understand? If people are going to the gym every day, they will not tell them to stop going to the gym every day. But if you see somebody going to church every day, if somebody praying every day, they will say that we are not productive, or we are economically depleting our society, because no. All those sweet, high sounding jargons is what we tend to debunk as we progress in this series. So this series helps Gen Z believers to see that their prayers is shaping lives, is shaping communities, that their prayer is even shaping future generations. So in short, Forge Vessels Network is running this prayer series to raise a generation of young people who are spiritually resilient, rationally aligned with God, and impactful to their world through prayer. So we'll be running this prayer series on our YouTube Shorts. Want to make the information very accessible. So join us in our YouTube Short as we take you through this journey of prayer.